So this deck is called the English Magic Tarot, and it is created by Rex Van Ryn, Steve Dooley, and Andy Letcher. And it has a book in the box as well. It is inspired by the time period of Queen Elizabeth, but also it involves some of the time period of Henry VIII. And it draws upon a lot of the time when John Dee was Queen Elizabeth's court astrologer. And John Aubrey rediscovered the ancient sacred sites. And then it's also inspired by Isaac Newton, who was studying alchemy. So it's got a lot of historical sort of context to it. So let's go ahead and get inside this baby. Do you want to hand me those scissors?
Where did you get this from?
So I actually got this off of Poshmark because I haven't really been able to find it very many places, but I saw it on Poshmark, which is just a thrifting website.
I thought it was only for clothes, but apparently it's for
everything. So I got it off of Poshmark. So, all right, so got that baby open. Slide the top off here. It's difficult.
Childproof.
It is childproof, and I am a child. So we have a 160-page book here.
Oh wow, it looks kind of comic booky.
It is. I love the artwork.
Oh, cool.
And it is a nice full book here, and I'm assuming it's going to have some of the context. So it has some context in the front, a little bit about the time period.
Oh, cool.
So some of the history behind the cards. And then, of course, it goes through each card and its meaning. But it also, for each card, gives some historical context as well. So I'm pretty excited to read this one because it'll be pretty interesting.
Read from cover to cover for sure. So.
And then on the inside, it's kind of set up like this, but I can already see that the backs are pretty cool. And you're right, it has that comic book graphic feel to it.
Necessarily from the front of it.
So these are the backs of the cards. So one of these is just sort of the copyright card. And this is sort of just a copyright card as well. So, all right. So I'm guessing this starts with the major arcana, so this must be the second half of the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and combine those, and hopefully that'll work out for the order. All right, so let's get started here. So up first we have the Fool. And this was the first card that drew me to the deck because I love the rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a very jaunty looking fool as well. He looks kind of mischievous. Okay. Ooh. The Magician. Very actiony. Ooh, interesting. This High Priestess is very interesting. I like how she's sort of witchy looking instead of being a lot of times the High Priestess is super beautiful, but I kind of like how she's kind of a little more.
She seems a lot more in action than usually the High Priestess
does.
does.
She's sort of diving into her reflection there. Ooh, the Empress. A little saucy there.
Nice.
The Emperor. And if you notice, the Fool is kind of peeking in on the Emperor from the back. Or not the Fool, but the Jester.
Yeah, it's a Jester because he doesn't have the same hat.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
I'm not sure what that little text is there. Do you see that text?
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what that means. The Hierophant. It's kind of almost hard to tell. Okay, so this person is standing. And there's hounds, hounds around him, and horses, and
yeah, there's definitely some runes there too.
Ooh, I like this card. The Lovers. Definitely has that star-crossed lover feel, the way they're back to back.
That's interesting. There's a ram behind them because the Lovers is the Gemini card. Seeing the ram, you'd be like, oh, maybe that's Capricorn.
Yeah.
Or Aries. I guess it would be Aries. But
yeah. We'll have to read about that one at some point. And then the big tree behind them is interesting as well, how it's kind of leaning and there's a broom. So I'm interested to read about that one. Ooh, I like this Chariot card.
That's my birth card, baby. So much action.
The Strength card. Ooh, I love the lion.
Oh, he's great.
And there's text or some kind of text on his tail, but again, it's kind of hard
Like
to
runes
tell
or
what it
something?
is, so I'm interested. It did say they found sacred sites, so maybe that related to the runes on
Yeah,
rocks and
It's
things.
actually kind of hidden in a couple of them.
The Hermit. Very nice. The Fortune. Very much a sort of gypsy fortune teller kind of character we have here.
So that's our wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Ooh, I like
She's surrounded
this
by tarot
card.
cards.
I like the Justice card.
Again, like very actiony.
Mm-hmm. The Hanged Man. Interesting expression on the face. Death. Death is sort of the axeman here.
Did you notice there's always one letter that's in a different color?
Yeah, I
too?
did. Temperance is interesting. She's got her head under the water there. And it looks like it's actually wine in her cups. Curious. Curious.
Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah,
The Devil. This is a nice one. The lovers are sort of back in the distance here, almost like maybe they're running or hiding from the devil. Ooh, I love the crows. The tower. I don't actually see any bodies falling from the tower, but the crows certainly look like they're waiting in expectation for some yummies. Some treats. So the star you see, I think this is supposed to be Isaac Newton.
Okay.
So I think
That's
that's
cool.
kind of an interesting take.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Like a scientific. This is another card I saw in the preview of this deck, and I love this card. The moon. I think it's really pretty.
Got that rabbit again.
The sun. I wonder if this is supposed to be King Henry. I do love the sun in the background. I love the artwork
I'm
on
not
this
sure that
deck.
King Henry really signifies the sun to me.
No,
but-
not to me, but just because, you know, it's historical figures. Judgment.
Is it a scarecrow?
It looks like it's some sort of burning, like maybe it's, I don't know, it's some sort of burning tower or structure of some kind. So, a lot of things I want to look into. Ooh, the world card is very interesting and very different from what you would expect. It's almost very creature-esque. And again, we have this interesting text on the leg.
That's definitely different.
And then we have our Ace of Wands. So it's kind of playing off the idea of like a shield or the house arms, I think. Let's skip the page. No, Two of Wands. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, I got confused. Two of Wands. So I think all of our wands are going to be red. Ooh, Three of Wands is pretty. The birds.
Yeah, I like the red around the edges.
So you automatically know.
Mm-hmm.
Four of Wands. Five of Wands, he's beating off squirrels. That's kind of funny. Six of Wands. Is that a bull? Yeah, it's a bull. Seven of Wands. This lady's pretty badass looking. Eight of Wands. Lots of beasts. I like how the wands in this card look kind of discombobulated because a lot of times they're just in a straight line.
It looks like he's just tossed them into the air or something. Or he's trying to catch a couple.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
Nine of Wands. The stags in the background are really pretty. Ten of Wands. Looks like maybe he's almost trying to walk on them like stilts. Doesn't really look like the typical Ten of Wands. Ooh, I love the Page of Wands. She's really gorgeous. Oh, and then there's a Knight of... Oh, of course there's a Knight of Wands. I've noticed there a lot of times on like a cliff edge in this deck. Mm-hmm. The Queen of Wands is interesting. She looks kind of like a marionette or something, the way she's balancing. She doesn't look as inward searching or inward thinking as most of the time. The queens are usually in repose. But of course, if this is based on English history, then the royalty might take on quite a different sort of vibe to them. And then the King of Wands. And then we have our Ace of Swords. This says, "Ere my breath to dare." I wonder if the Wands had a little saying. Yeah, the Wand said, "Fire my spirit to will." And the air says, "Ere my breath to dare."
Cool.
Two of Swords. I love the clouds in the background. Three of Swords. Like that.
Maybe not in that context, but in today's context, could indicate some environmental ills.
Yeah.
Like the tree being cut down being the one that's the heart.
And there's also a pulling the sword from the stone sort of imagery here too. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Ooh!
He doesn't have a head. Well, he's holding it. So, maybe the headless horseman, eh?
Yeah. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. That's an interesting take on the Seven of Swords. Mm-hmm. Kind of how they're all, again, kind of in disarray. Ooh, the Eight of Swords I like.
So beautiful. Look, again, she's active already. She's not...
But I like how she's kind of trying to fight her way out.
Mm-hmm.
Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. Oh, that's a cool perspective on that card. Upside down. Ooh. Thank you. Page of Swords.
Horse butt.
Knight of Swords.
So far, both pages have been female.
Queen of Swords. Interesting that she's barefoot. Seems interesting to me. And King of Swords, totally standing, not even sitting in a throne. Ooh, I like this. So the Cup card says, "Water my blood to keep silent." But I like that.
So they're facing two different ways too, meaning, like maybe when you, in reverse, it's meant to be one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
possibly.
kind of telling you what the message is.
Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. This says School of Night on it. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but
I really love the colors.
yeah, the colors are great. Five of Cups. None of the cups, I guess some of the cups are upside down, but none of them are broken. Usually the five has some broken cups in it. Six of Cups. I like how these children aren't like super childish.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of more grown up looking. Ooh, this one's pretty too. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. Looks like those cups are maybe balancing on something. Page of Cups. That's the first page that's not very active, which makes sense, I think, for cups.
Right.
Knight of Cups.
Still a female though. Or female presenter.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like the Queen of Cups. She's kind of creepy. But I like that crazy chair
Like all the queens
she's sitting
didn't
in.
have particularly
No, they're all a little creepy.
sweet faces.
Again, it might reflect how the people might have felt about their royalty during some of these time periods.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pinnacles is called coins in this deck. So
I just love those colors with the
I
pretty
know,
green.
it's so rich. So this says Earth, my body, and then to know is the one that would be red in reverse. Yeah, you could just frame that, put it right on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
2 of coins. 3 of coins. 4 of coins. 5 of coins. Okay, interesting. Looks like there's kind of a richer people in back that might not be offering help too much. 6 of coins. 7 of coins. 8 of coins. 9 of coins. 10 of coins. Looks like some people are kind of praising her almost in the foreground.
It's interesting. Doesn't seem like the generational context that usually has.
I do love the
Okay,
page
now we
of
have
coins.
Now
She's
we have a Pinnacles person in action.
beautiful. I want that outfit. And Knight of Coins. Ooh, the Knight of Coins is studying, maybe over a ledger or something. So the Knight of Coins isn't super in action.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Coins, again being bowed down to. And King of Coins, again kind of in a position of study in a library here, looking over something.
Definitely not a warm and cozy deck.
No, but it's very interesting, and I'm really excited to read more about the context of a lot of these
Absolutely.
cards. But overall, I love the
I want
artwork.
to show these like colors together because they're so
Yeah.
nice. Let's get blue one in there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Those colors
Color
together.
schemes.
Love that.
Interesting deck. I'm very interested to use this one and see
Yeah.
what kind of impact it has and to read more about, check into this book as well. So again, that's the English Magic Tarot deck if you want to check that one out. All right, guys.
This video is longer than 15 minutes, so it's gone on YouTube.
See you there. Bye.